Ho, ho, ho. Well, probably actually Thanksgiving when you're watching this, but Merry Christmas. This is the annual gift guide video. The video that was originally intended to send to your significant others to give them ideas for gifts, but is really morphed into just the yearly list of things that you should buy for yourself. So that's my gift guide video. Different from a lot of other gift guide videos because I've watched a lot of them through the years now where people are just telling you to get random knickknacks and doodads that are worthless and they're going to sit in a drawer or be thrown away because that's what people put in gift guide videos. Everything that I put here is either stuff that I use every day. Some of them might be weird as gifts, but I would like them as a gift if I didn't already have them. And others have very important purposes that I think you should just have, and I try not to do any chintzy random crap. None of these are products that any companies have paid me to put in this video, though I do get a surprising amount of requests from companies to pay me to get into this video, which is kind of funny, kind of weird. Granted, I do partner with some of the companies that you'll see in this video because I genuinely like all of the companies that I partner with, and most of them I've reached out to partner with, like Pelican is an example right here. Love the products, love the company. Some of them make it in here. But yeah, that's kind of it. If you don't want to hear me talk, because this video is kind of just talking and hanging out, grab a cup of eggnog and chat with me about the gear that I use every day. If you don't care about that, LLOD.US/gifts. Just go there and you'll have a list of this year's and actually the previous handful of years as well. A lot of what's on this year will be on the previous year and was on the year before that and on the year before, because it's just stuff that I use all the time. And so for those of you that have watched the last 5 gift guide videos, you'll see a lot of the same stuff, but there is some new stuff as well. And as a quick aside, a lot of you guys are subscribed to the channel, so you know my life has been crazy changes. Like the last 3 years of my life have been the craziest changes. I bought the property, built the house, I got married, I had a kid, I had another kid. It has been a wild last few years, right? I'm surprised I've been keeping up with YouTube, though it is kind of my job, but it's been kind of weird. So I'm finally in this phase. Just to give you guys a quick life update, I think I've talked about this a little bit in some other videos. I've been just barely hanging on by a thread for the last 3 years. There's been ups, there's been downs, it's been tough. And I'm kind of getting back to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm going to get refocused and re-energized, get back into my passion for gear and finding new things and solving problems and doing all of those kind of things that I love, putting more effort back into the holster company, probably spinning up some new merch like random hats and stuff like that, product development, all of that stuff. I'm feeling good. So I'm kind of getting back in the right energy, mindset, state of mind. I don't know. I felt like that was good to talk about in this video where we're just talking about gear in the last few years. So yeah, I've sometimes I try to do this video like gifts that are under a certain price point, but usually I think it makes better when I'm kind of just organizing them by type. So we have some of that organization here. So I think without further ado, I don't really know where makes best to start. We'll start with crap I have on the floor. Maybe. Oh, so big ticket items. There are some sales going on from some companies that I do have relationships with in some fashion. Diamondback Covers does their one sale a year. People always ask me if I have coupon codes or if they're doing sales or if there's discounts. My answer to that is always pretty much never, but they usually do a Black Friday. So you can save up to $400 off a Diamondback cover. Who else? C4 Fabrication has a pretty good Black Friday sale going on. Pelican Cases actually has got Black Friday sale going on. I don't know, probably everyone's got Black Friday sale. So I'll put some links down below. So let's talk about, my company, LLOD.US. I forgot to do, I'll make a code right now. I'll just generic thanks. Give thanks will be the code. And that'll save, I don't know, 10 or 15% off my entire website. So that's holsters. I need to restock a bunch of merch, but I got some beanies and stuff like that. So give thanks, LLOD.US. everything there you'll save. So let's just talk about, some apparel, which, like I said earlier, I don't have a ton of merch right now. I'm actually testing some new stuff that I want to get, some stuff that I just love. You've seen me wearing kind of like wax canvas type. I'm kind of in that era of my life where I'm just kind of more rugged utilitarian stuff. So I'll be restocking the multicam black hats. I'll be getting some new hats, some other stuff. But right now I have these Made in America Polar Tech fleece super lightweight beanies. And that's maybe the only thing I have merch-wise in stock. Whew, almost forgot the sponsor of this video actually would make a great stocking stuffer or just a full-on gift as well, or stocking stuffer for a bunch of people. Maybe you have a family and you want to put a little stocking stuffers in all of them. Who I'm talking about is LMNT, this hydration supplement, electrolyte drink mix, sodium, potassium, magnesium, no sugar, doesn't break a fast, keto friendly, great if you're doing intermittent fasting and you need to rehydrate in the morning. LMNT, a fan favorite, tons of you guys like them. I like them. I drink them nearly every day. Sometimes I'll split them in half. Salt is your friend. They have a blog, ton of good information on there if you feel like researching more about it. But hydration supplement drink adds a little flavor to water. If you're using, especially if you're using like the aqua tabs to sanitize some sketchy water, oftentimes sketchy water will come with some weird flavors, and even if it's safe to drink, it's kind of weird. So LMNT would spice that up a little bit. They have new cans, 12-ounce cans that are coming out soon, bigger cans, sparkling water stuff, and then it's really the season for, they sell hot beverage drink mix as well. This is my favorite, the chocolate caramel. Chocolate caramel. They're designed to kind of use by itself. Mix it with some hot water and you kind of have a hot chocolate caramel, salted caramel, hot chocolate. I like them a little rich, a little more indulgent, so I'll make my hot chocolate with some regular hot chocolate with some milk, and then I'll throw this in as well and get the electrolyte benefit and add in that kind of salted caramel, because naturally they're salty. That's the whole point of rehydration. Salt is a big part of that, and then it's got the caramelly, so it's really like a salted caramel hot chocolate. No joke, you need to try it. It is delicious. So a great time to stock up on the hot beverage element as well. But great for, they're trusted by everyone out there. Olympians, team dudes, probably astronauts. I don't know. I don't think they say the astronaut part, but probably astronaut. Everyone that takes hydration seriously, and regular everyday people like myself. Great for fasting, again, and great for any time you're sweating, because when you're sweating, or even when you're not, you're kind of always sweating, but if you're sweating profusely, you need to replenish that. Water alone doesn't quite do the trick. So LMNT, love them. They've been a great sponsor of the channel. You guys love them. I love them. Drink LMNT.com/LLOD. DrinkLMNT.com/LLOD will get you 8 free sample pack with every order. Not your first order, not your second order, not your first subscription. Every order that you do through that link, DrinkLMNT.com/LLOD, will get you basically 8 free extras. You can use those 8 free extras as stocking stuffers if you'd like. So check them out. Stay salty. Thank you, LMNT. So that, I get asked all the time. In my 6 months of the year, I basically wear Henleys, like Steve Jobs with his turtlenecks. And usually they're waffle knit. So a lot of the times people, and I get asked a surprising amount of times. A lot of times I'm wearing these. These are cheapy Amazon essentials, slim fit waffle knit Henleys. These are under $20. A lot of times they're on sale. They fit more trim. A lot of Henleys are kind of like baggy and bulky, and they have like their forearms are made for Popeye and the fit is just kind of weird. These ones are pretty good. This is not, I'm wearing a different one. This is like a legendary Whitetails Henley, and the sizing on this Henley is totally screwed up, but I'll annotate that in the captions maybe below. But Henley, I think they're just classic. I wear them all the time. I think they look good. They're never out of style. They're kind of warm, but they're not too hot. They're good, decent base layer. They're not a technical, like a merino wool base layer or anything like that, but I wear them all the time just because it's simple. I don't have to think about what I'm wearing. I'm in and out of the house nonstop, so a t-shirt doesn't quite make as much sense. The Henley kind of gives that slight warm layer, but I don't overheat in the house. Anyway, Henley, that's the most I'm going to talk about any single product. But I'll put some links down below to some that I like. I have some nicer ones. I obviously wear some cheaper ones, and I have some that are in between. This is, I don't even know if they make this hat anymore. It's been in a lot of Christmas videos. You've seen me wear it a lot in the winter. I like wearing hats, but these have the earmuff protection as well, but you can fold it up over the top if your ears are overheating. It's got kind of that Sherpa lining. This is made by Outdoor Research. And the reason I like hats is because, especially in the winter, I am nonstop converting my flashlight to a headlamp for headlamp usage. So I like to wear hats all the time. So I wear beanies in the winter as well, where I can't do that, but as often as possible I try to wear hats because the headlamp action. Like I said earlier, I'm in kind of the wax canvas era of my life. There's a few popular ones out there. There's a Filson one that I have, the Cruiser, I think, that is just so oily. I don't know why people don't talk about it more. I like the jacket a lot, but like I don't wear it in some cars because I'm like, it's so oily. The Flint and Tinder they're all wax, so it's a little bit like that, but not nearly as bad as the Filson. But I don't like that these arms are flannel lined. So I only really wear this one with t-shirts, but it's cool. It's like one of my coolest looking jackets, and they're just kind of rugged and utilitarian. The one I've been wearing a lot lately that you see in videos, just because I think it looks cool and it's kind of rugged, and I like this color. I think it's Turkish coffee, and it's just, you know, I can carry firewood or work on stuff in the lawn or throw chicken eggs in the pockets or whatever, and I just don't really care because it's just a jacket that's kind of rugged and made for it. This is actually a Cool, K-U-H-L. It's a cool jacket, but it's from Cool. This is the Outlaw. Both of these jackets are not that warm, so they're kind of for in-between season, or if you just want to be cold when it's cold or you have enough under layers. I find myself that I'll go out in jackets I don't mind being a little cold. I don't like being cold, but being cold makes me feel kind of alive, if that makes sense. And then if I'm working on stuff, obviously I'll heat up pretty quick. But anyway, but the jacket I wear more often than not, but I don't wear it in videos as much because I get too many comments about like, oh, you didn't even serve in the military and you're wearing multicam. But brother, everyone should have a multicam jacket. This is actually from Vertex. I think it's called the Recon. And this is the jacket I honestly, like, you don't see it in videos as much, but this is the jacket I wear the most. It's not canvas, it's more of a nylon, but like it's so stained up with stain, you just can't tell because it's camo. This is the dirtiest jacket I own, but it doesn't look it. Multicam is cool. Camouflage is cool. In the end of the world, you'll want some camo. This has great insulation when I'm using it for woodworking or something that's dusty or whatever. Also, it's water repellent. It's coated and stuff. So just all that stuff just brushes off much better than like a wax canvas jacket. If I get sawdust and junk on that, it's just like on there and you really got to brush and brush and brush. Anyway, Vertex Recon, I believe. It's stretchy, it's comfortable, it's warm, it's lightweight. This is my most used jacket and multicam. So that one, highly recommend. What else do I got here? I got my flannel. You guys, if you guys are followers of the channel, you know, I worked with Vertex to design my very own flannel. This is the Last Line flannel. Maybe it's even called the Last Line of Defense flannel. I should know that, but I think it's called the Last Line flannel. Maybe Last Line of Defense. Anyway, it's got some stretch. It's got snap buttons, so you can just rip it off quickly and put it back on for, you know, accessing a weapon or just buttoning up or not. It has pockets. It is a great flannel in a handful of colors as well. I believe you can get some crazy deals on last year's inventory that they're trying to clear out right now. And as always, Vertex last line, one word, will give you the max saving over there. My beanies, like I mentioned earlier, but I also really love, this is a huckberry beanie. I forget what it's called. But this is, as far as fitment and look, they have a bunch of colors. This is one of my favorite beanies as well, a huckberry item. I will link that. This is one, maybe controversial. If you're like a blue-collar guy, you'll kind of get a good kick out of this, because I'm not a blue-collar guy, though I do a lot of blue-collar activities, built my own house, etc. I think these jackets are great to have, because if you need to, you can kind of blend in construction workers or road workers or whatever. There's tons of opportunities that's good for. I talk about it and prepare daily driver videos and whatnot. They're relatively cheap. I try to keep them in some vehicles. Obviously, they're great for visibility if you got to change a flat on the side of the road or you're helping somebody get unstuck. Being seen in the snow, in the dark, whatever, these got reflective things on them. I always advocate for carrying a safety vest, but one step up, especially in the winter, you could carry a whole-on jacket. And I have a few of these pretty cheap, like 30 bucks on Amazon. Again, I'm not in this thing every day. I don't need the highest quality one. So if you are an actual blue-collar dude that is beating these things up every day, you probably want a nicer one. But for those of us posers out there, you can get a nice cheap one. I think it'd make a good gift. Gaiters. I've had really nice gaiters. I've had really cheap gaiters. Nice gaiters are nicer. But a lot of the kit, a lot of the pieces of gear I have now, it's like I want one for every vehicle and I have too many vehicles, or I want to stash them here and then just have more of them. So I will use a lot of cheap pieces of gear, especially for stuff that I know I won't be using every single day. So this is just a cheap pair of gaiters. Gaiters are hugely important if you are in a snowy environment. So we're talking about kind of clothing right now. So Crocs, always Crocs, man. There are two types of people in the world. People that think Crocs are the dumbest thing ever, and those of us who have actually tried them. Crocs are the best thing for camping, for around the house. I'm not saying to wear them out in public like a nerd. Don't do that. I have on occasion. I try not to. But the best camp shoe, the best around, like a lot of people wear them in their houses. I have dedicated outside shoes, half Asian, and I'm not a disgusting slob, so I don't wear my shoes in my house. If you come to my house, take off your shoes. Even if I say you don't need to, just take them off. But Crocs, best, man. The best. Do I still think they're nerdy? Yes. But are they the best? Yes. Google Crocs Idiocracy. Kind of funny story. Behind them, I get boot. People are always asking what boots I'm wearing in different videos. I have a problem where even though I wear like Henleys and try to wear kind of the same shirt every day, and I do wear the same pants every day, worth talking about, Vertex Delta Stretch 2.1s or the lights, or I forget what the lighter version is called, but I prefer the 2.1s just because they're a little heavier weight and I like the material a little better, but they have a lightweight the LT version as well. Vertex Delta Stretch, still the best pants. I'm not wearing them right now. I've actually been wearing a lot of other pants because I've been trying to get back into let me try a bunch of different pants out. I'm wearing other pants. I don't like them nearly as much as the Vertex Delta. So Vertex Delta Stretch, still the best pants, my favorite pants. I've been trying lots of different pants just to see. The quest for the perfect tactical pants still continues, just to see. But still. Anyway, I have a shoe problem is what I was getting to. I just love boots. I love trying new things. And even though I found my favorite pair of boots, these are the LEMS Boulder Summits. They're a wide toe box. Ever since I found a wide toe box, it's got chicken poop on the bottom of them. Gross. Even though I went to this wide toe box, they're kind of like not fully a zero drop, but I don't really care. Like I don't care about the zero drop. I just like the wide toe box. So I'm not necessarily looking for barefoot shoes, but this turned me on to wide shoes. Now, like half the shoes that I used to wear and think were great, I can't even wear anymore because I'm like, my foot is so cramped in them. So anyway, wide toe box, LEMS Boulder Summits. They're still probably my favorite boots, but my favorite boots before that was the Danner Mountain 600. I've had a handful of these through the years. They haven't changed much, I think. These are maybe one of the newer. These are the Leaf GTXs, I believe. But I kind of quit wearing them once I got the LEMS because the toe box was a little narrower. But these ones are the wide toe box, the EEs, and I've had other wide toe box shoes before. But anyway, I love these now because the toe box is wide, which solved the only problem I have. So these are the Mountain 600s are back to being my favorite boot, actually. After the LEMS dethroned them for a while, I do really like that boot. It is really comfortable, but this is more of a boot, a little more structured, a little more protective, a little more rugged. So Danner Mountain 600, wide toe box, favorite boots probably. Clothes, we'll say gloves kind of fall into the clothes category, and then they'll transition us to some other stuff. Mechanics gloves still, or the Gorilla gloves, or just leather workwear gloves if you're a dude that's doing stuff, or you need some more pairs of gloves to keep in play. I have gloves in every vehicle. Cheapest, Gorilla gloves. Great for helping someone move furniture, just doing something, a little protection from a cold metal something in the winter that you got to grab. Mechanics are kind of my go-to. Usually the Mechanics leather, sometimes the Mechanics impacts, and then just a leather work glove is what I use for some other stuff that I sometimes just need the leather for. And then let's go to, I got a bag over here. This is actually one I haven't even used, but this is the Vertex Gamut. I just did a updated EDC bag video, which is its own gift guide video, if you're into it. Everything in that bag could be a gift, honestly. But the Vertex Gamut is the go-to. Vertex makes all kinds of good bags, obviously, but the Gamut is a good option. But yeah, I guess actually let's talk EDC real quick. So I need to do an EDC update video, but this is my favorite thing. This is actually a great gift. Kind of expensive-ish. My dog's trying to get in. Expensive-ish. This is an Exceed Design Tyrant V2 or V3. I forget. The Tyrant, it says on here V3. This is a little kind of pocket knife razor blade. I'll do an EDC update video where I gush on it. Maybe it deserves its own video. It's my, like, outside of maybe the Leatherman Skeletool, this is probably my favorite EDC item ever in the history of EDC items. I love this thing so much. I may have a coupon code for it. I'll put it down in the video description below. But not sponsored, not paid. I think they have an affiliate company, but I haven't made a dime off of this yet. But I will gush over this. And it's kind of gifty. I got different colors and different options, but just my favorite EDC item ever. I've been carrying the Leatherman Arc. It's kind of expensive as well. Would make a good gift. I think this is the best multi-tool that exists. It's better than any of the other Leathermans. It's the best multi-tool out currently, until I eventually design one maybe. But the Leatherman Arc, it's chunky, it's a little big for EDC. It's worth it to me to EDC it over the skeleton, dethrone the skeleton. I think the Skeletal is a better tool for most people though, honestly, still. And then I have the Olight Warrior Mini something, whatever. You could probably just get the newest edition. Mine is a Mini 3. Again, it's got magnetic tail cap. It's got this. It's got instant tactical full mode. It's got moonlight mode. The form factor, the function, the everything on this light, there's not another light out there that is as good, and I've tried all of the ones that I know about. None of them have the features set that this light has. Yeah, that's about it for EDC. Oh, actually, Sharpie. And so twin tip Sharpie, always good, the best. And then these, I talked about them in the recent EDC bag video. But this is from Flytanium. It's a Bic sleeve, basically. So the cheapy Bic pens that you can get on Amazon, I think you get like 12 of them for $3 or something. That just slides in here. And then you have titanium, which is a lightweight metal. But this has like just the perfect amount of weight to it to just feel good. And it's a nice writing implement. Bic lighters and Bic pens. They're just reliable, good, nothing fancy. And this titanium pen has no branding, nothing. And you could use it as an improvised weapon, obviously, because it's titanium. But just, I don't know, it's just cool to have, and would make a great gift. I believe it's only $20 for a pen sleeve, but you won't spend a bunch of money on the refills because it's just the Bic pen reinserts that just slide right in there. So super cheap to keep refills on hand and refill if you write a lot, or just you want something cool to put in your pocket or your bag. Highly recommend. I think my link does save you 10% off as well. Cool. So let's work from kind of vehicle type stuff and then tools and work our way over. And I got to get going because this video is getting long. This is another bag from Vertex. They have them in a bunch of sizes. It's like a heavy duty, great for vehicle, great for throwing tools in and throwing in a truck. These are called the VTX stackables, and they kind of have this interesting interlocking feature where the bags can kind of lock into the other bags. I don't really use that. It's cool, a little gimmicky, but cool, and I just find I never really use it, but the bags themselves are solid. I really like these bags. Spare tire kit. Every car should have a spare tire kit. This is a cheapy one, but I have used these ones to repair like 3 or 4 tires now, and for a cheapy little kit, they're solid. I don't have enough money to put a really expensive, nice kit in all of the vehicles. I've had too many vehicles. I own too many vehicles. I sometimes give these to people. They're cheap enough that you could literally just give it to someone and not care too much, but they get the job done. Now, if you just had one vehicle and you kind of like the Gucci gear, there are definitely nicer ones than this, but I've found that this one is held up to use and abuse. Soft shackles, always good. These ones are from my boys at Agency 6. They actually, I don't have it. They make a really cool made in USA shovel that's mountable. Agency 6, if I remember, I'll show a picture of it. Cool little shovel, mini shovel. Expensive-ish for a shovel, but it's all aluminum and kind of a niche shovel, but really cool. These little road flare flashers that you can get like a 6-pack or a 12-pack and throw a few in every car. They have a little flashlight on them. They're magnetic. The newer ones are USB-C rechargeable, and just a great thing to have in every vehicle. Or if you're helping somebody else, again, pulling someone out of a ditch, helping someone change a spare, whatever you're doing, if it's a blind corner, if it's at night or whatever, you want visibility. So throwing this on the side of the road, 50 feet behind you, so people come up and they see this and they know, oh, something must be up. Tools, carabiners. Carabiners are always good to have, make great stocking stuffers. Everyone uses them for every kind of thing. Jump starters. If you don't have a jump starter, very important, especially for winter. This is the Fantic T8 Max. So it can, what's it say on here? It can jump start a 10-liter gas or an 8-liter diesel. So if you have a bigger truck, you do need the beefier jump starter pack to really jump start it. I've used this on the 6.7 Power Strokes and it's worked great. This is also by Fantic, but they didn't pay anything to be in this video or anything. They send me some stuff from time to time. This is a little portable battery-powered inflator. You set the PSI on here. It's relatively quiet, relatively quick. This is something I use a lot to just kind of even out tires when I get home, or set a pressure when I get a new set on, if they dip a little bit, or their chair after I change a spare, make sure it's not leaking. Use it for bikes, use it for the golf cart. Relatively compact thing, and it's a little battery bank as well, so you can power USB stuff off of it, but I use it all the time. And I guess we'll kind of continue on with the tools. Leatherman Raptor shears. Ooh, I'm sitting on my foot. I do that to be comfortable, but it made me a little too tall. Leatherman Raptor shears. These are actually generic Leatherman Raptor shears. I am a big advocate usually for buying the OG. If someone made a first product, just buy that, even if it's at a premium, because give credit where credit's due. And Leatherman, you know, I like their stuff for the most part. These are generic Raptor shears because I actually lost my sheath for my Raptor shears and I was looking for a new one. And these, I don't like saying this, just get the real Leatherman Raptor shears, but it's $100. But if you just have one vehicle and you just want to get it, I have 2 pairs of the real Leatherman Raptor shears. But when I was looking for a replacement for the holster, I don't have a contactor. I can't get a good contactor. Leatherman doesn't like me. It's weird. Leatherman doesn't like me, I think. These are generic Leatherman Raptor shears. I haven't put them through their paces, but you can get a 2-pack of these with the holsters for $40, which is kind of expensive for shears, but glass breaker, seatbelt cutter, oxygen tank wrench, folds up and then folds back, has a little holster. These are cool. Get the real one, but these are the generic ones. They feel okay. I'm sure they're not nearly as good as the real ones, but I was like, I kind of want to put them in all my vehicles. So I bought these to try out, and I haven't tried them out yet, but real Leatherman Raptor shears or the generics. I didn't get one of these for the longest time. I've talked about it. I've gushed over it. This is the Irwin brand. I'm sure there's others that are just as good and some that are maybe better, though I couldn't really I've never said, oh, I wish I got a better one of this, but they may make better ones. This has been working perfectly, and it's just like an automatic wire stripper. I do a lot of wiring. I love this thing. No regrets. Probably the tool. There's some tools, like if I lost them, I'd be like, maybe I won't buy it again. Or this one, I would instantly buy again. I love it. Speaking of shears, these are they probably have better ones of these, but Meuut, MEUUT brand shears. I've had good luck with these. You can get a 2-pack for like $8. I have shears everywhere in every vehicle, so I was kind of talking about doing the Raptor shears instead. But if you want a much cheaper version of them, shears are great to have on hand. Like scissors are better for some stuff than a knife, and it's good to have them. So $8 for a 2-pack. These have been great for me. This is a newer thing to me, though. I had seen them in the past, but never had one. And then I was in some forum or something, and some guy was talking about how it was the best thing he's ever got. I got one. It's just a little pry bar, but it gets really thin. So it's like really like butter knife pry bar. And I've done stuff a lot, and you've probably done it as well, where you maybe have a little pry bar, but it can't quite get under there, so you get a little knife blade out, right? And I have the Arc with an expensive tool, and I don't really want to. I think it has a warranty. I've never used Leatherman's warranty, if I'm being honest. But sometimes you need it real thin, and this gets really thin. And they have one that just has this. I got the one that has also the other style there as well. This is great. This is a great tool if you're popping door panels off or doing little things that need wedging. This one was like $14 just because I was like, I'm going to use that a lot. So I got like one of the nicer ones. I think you get some cheaper. This one was $14. Fantastic. Spec Ops tape measure. I have a bunch of these. I like them a lot. Cargo buckle. Still the best, fastest ratcheting strap ever. If you have a truck, you should have these. Even if you don't have a truck, you should have them. They're only 6 feet long. That's the main downside, but it's a great company, a great group of dudes over there. I bought these because I saw someone using them in a parking lot. I was like, what is that thing? And I asked them, and they told me, like, best thing ever. I bought some. The guys at Cargo Buckle watched the channel. They saw that I was using their thing, and they're like, oh, so sick. And they sent me more. I love them. They don't pay me anything. I think I do have an affiliate with them, actually, so use my link. But, like, I'm an advocate for this product, but the guys over there are great as well. This is a little Wolfbox, little mini blower. I always thought these things were a little gimmicky. Wolfbox sent me this one month, maybe a year ago, and because I wanted to try it out. I would buy it. It has so much power for being so small. You inflate mattresses with it, use it as like a mini leaf blower. It's very cool, more powerful than I thought it would be. There are a bunch of brands that make these. I haven't kept up with the research. I know this one was the best at some point. Maybe it still is. There are generic ones that do suck, and the Wolfbox one, really good. Gorilla Tape, 1-inch Gorilla Tape. You get a little 2-pack of this, pretty cheap. It's relatively compact. Duct tape, like kind of heavy-duty duct tape, essentially. Smaller rolls, fit more places. I love these. Pelican cases. This is kind of tough because they make every different size. I have the V800, the double rifle case on a lot of stuff. That's the case that I get most questions about. The TX80 is my camping bin. It's a little bigger. That goes from vehicle to vehicle. Those are all kind of too big to show on the table. I got Pelican micro cases. They make bags. They make coolers. The Vault line is kind of their most affordable line. And if you don't need, I don't see a scenario where the Vault wouldn't give you enough protection, but they are considered kind of the entry level. They're lighter than the protector cases and about like on par lightness with the air cases, but they are like Pelican always has different size cases, so they have a size case for everything. But I've been really happy with the Vault cases. I do use the protectors for like my camera gear and some other stuff, but Pelican cases, awesome. And they make the little clear ones for that. Pelican makes all kinds of stuff. Gear. This kind of falls into gear, I guess. I've talked about these, I know, in previous gift guide videos. I have like nice headphones. I have some Bose. I have some Beats. I have the AirPods Max, whatever, the $500 ones that I got when I was feeling bougie a while back. When I'm working on stuff, when I'm driving the tractor for a while, doing loud things, these are still my go-to. These are 3M's WorkTune wireless gels, Bluetooth headset. When I'm working on stuff that's loud, like I mow my lawn with an electric lawnmower. But if I'm doing that kind of stuff with, long exposure to damaging things, these are still better than active noise canceling headphones. The gel cups fit over very well. You can still listen to podcasts or audio books or whatever. Amazing. Protect your ears. This is a little respirator. I have probably 5 or 6 of these around. I use them, woodworking and fumes, painting stuff, whatever. But there's some, you can wear them to the grocery store if actual COVID-19 or something broke out. Filters are plentiful, relatively comfortable. Can still wear it with glasses, safety guard. I don't know. Why am I talking so much about that? But I use them all the time. Microfiber towels, use them all the time. People always could use more. They're cheap enough where you don't worry about it. You got to clean up something that's going to destroy a towel. Microfiber, 5 cents or whatever for a towel. Great. This is a weird one, but maybe cool for stocking stuffers. Maybe the right kind of person. I always care about data. I like to know what temperature it is in my house. I got a pretty big house. I'm like curious. Oh, what temperature is my utility room at? What temperature is the place where I store my long-term survival food? What temperature? And maybe it's a hot day or cold day, or maybe I'm running the fireplace or I'm not, or what. I'm like, I like to. So I have these kind of everywhere. I buy them in 6-packs. We use them for when we're incubating chicks and hatching them and put them in the brooders and stuff like that. Anyway, little cheapy thermometer guys. I don't know. I just had one on the desk. I was like, that might make a good stocking stuffer, but not everyone cares about that data. I do more than most, I'm sure. Tools. We'll say gun is a tool. Everyone can go for a Glock 19, Glock 43X, or your flavor of choice. Appendix carry holsters, LLOD at US/holsters. If you want to get one of my holsters. Let's keep going. Medical. There's lots of companies out there. Dark Angel has been good to me. They've sent me kits when I've needed them. Their IFACs are kind of best in the business. They do training as well. Good medical kit, good IFAC, that kind of stuff, very important. This one actually pulled out of the F450, and I have a Rescue Me keychain tied to it. Some people are like, oh, you need that so accessible. I have a couple of them in a car usually, but I will have a higher chance of using this responding to somebody else's car crash than on myself, I think. So I just grab and go. I'm talking too much of each thing. Camping lantern. This is a little USB chargeable string light. I don't use it when I'm camping by myself or whatever, but it creates a good ambiance, especially for the kids or if you're going to be set up for a bit. I like this one because it rolls. It has a little reel that it just rolls back into itself. Pretty slick, pretty cheap too. I think it's like 10 to 15 bucks. Headlamps. I really like this Woobin. It's the Woobin E7. Probably my favorite headlamp right now. USB-C rechargeable, plenty bright, solid little headlamp. I don't like that the headlamp strap is blue, but the light is OD, but beggars can't be choosers. I like this one a lot. I also like Olight's little headlamps. I don't even know the model. They make a new model every year. But the little headlamp that is like a 90-degree angle because it's got a magnetic base. The Woobin also has a magnetic base. So these two are very comparable. But they're my favorites because you can pull them out, use them as a flashlight, magnet it on something. They're just easy, no nonsense. I'm not forgetting which button does what because both of them just have one button. You press it, you turn it on. You can have moonlight mode if you long press it. And then once it's on, you just hold it to change through the modes. It's very simple. Neither of them have the red light modes. I do like red LED for nighttime camping, but I don't care too much. It's just that's what the moonlight mode accomplishes, a similar goal. I do like these Claymore cap-ons as well. They're just like a headlamp that clips to your hat, but I use my flashlight that I carry every day for that. Streamlight Surefires obviously make great lights. This is the Olight Arcfeld Pro, which is cool. I'm not going to shine the laser in the lens, but it has a little, can you see it back here? Yeah, you can. Laser pointer, flashlight, UV flashlight. Kind of cool multi-purpose light. Then we'll just do water real quick. So water filters. I don't have one on me, but I like these ones that have they're threaded. You can screw them onto a bag, or you can screw them onto your standard water bottles as well. There's a couple companies that make them. I'll link them down below. But if you want to bump it up a little bit, this is a Grail. This is a water filter that this is very quick, very easy. You put the water in this cup, essentially, and then you push this down to filter the water into I need to open this actually because it's airtight. And then filters it, and then you can just drink out of here straight up or pour this into another device, rinse and repeat. So this is like more of a high-end water filter that's very cool, that doubles as a water bottle. But water filters are good in general. You know how I feel about my Nalgene's. Love them. Wide mouth with the OTF lid. The easiest, really the best one-handed solution to drinking water. If you drink a lot of water and a day and you're driving, especially those wider ones are just like sloshing all over in your face when you're driving. I don't like it. I don't like having to unscrew stuff. I tried the Awalas, but they just like get funky in the little rubber parts. So this is like easier to clean. There's less parts. It's still, trust me, I've tried everything. If you don't care about insulated, these are BPA free, plastic. Maybe I don't put hot beverages in it. Should be fine. Nalgene's virtually indestructible, relatively cheap. Yeah, Nalgene's, everyone loves Nalgene's. If you want a little bigger, a little more insulated, a little more premium, a little more cool, Pelican makes some stuff. This is the 64 ounce, I believe, that I take this camping a lot. If I'm going solo, it's a little overnighter and it's going to be cold and I don't want my water to freeze. Usually bring this guy. It's not too massive, but it has, you know, enough water for an overnighter for me. I've shown this before. I've usually drank out of this on the show. This is a Stein. It's probably 10 years old. Stanley Stein. Insulated Stein. Everyone needs a Stein. Pour a bunch of beer in it and drink it with your friends. Bring it to a party. Keep it in your truck for drinks by the camp. A Stein. This is a Stanley, like a Post Malone collab, actually. Multicam Stanley. This is just one of the little tumblers. But I have, they're stackable. So a little insulated tumbler. I have them in a few colors, but my wife got me the multicam version. I don't know if you can get that one anymore. Might have been a limited run. I also have Aquatabs, water purification tablets. Pretty good stocking stuffer, I think. You can get like a 30-pack or a 50-pack for relatively cheap. Good to put in bags, EDC bags, get home bags, bug out bags, keep it in your kit. Water purification tabs. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good stocking stuffer type gift. Water, food. We'll talk about, oh no, the one more water. I had this. It actually still has water in it from my camping trip. I actually, when I went to look if they still made this thing, there was an olive green one. I didn't need it. I've been trying not to buy stuff I don't need, but I just bought it actually just before filming this video. I don't have it yet, but I have the gray one here. They have a bunch of different colors. They got like girly colors and guy manly colors and colors in between. But they have an OD green one that I just bought. It was on sale, 25% off for $41. I believe normally it's 50-some dollars or 60. But this is a 2-gallon jug, insulated, has a vent on the top that you unscrew so it flows really well. Good for keeping stuff cold or keeping stuff from freezing. I believe you can put hot bevies in here as well. But I'll bring this when I need a little bit more water. It's good, easy to like put the fire out with it as well, or when I'm going with the family. And again, it's going to be cold and I don't want my water to freeze. It's nice. And 2 gallons enough for, you know, usually you can get those jugs in like the 5-gallon ones. Those will accomplish a similar, but 2-gallon I find is pretty good. Peak refuels. They're good. Especially the cobblers make a great gift. Ashley and I, sometimes when we're lazy, we do camping food, and a lot of times we'll make a cobbler as well. Those have 600 calories in a cobbler, though. But Peak Refuel is delicious freeze-dried meals. Buy a bunch of them. They last forever. Eat them when you're camping. Eat them when you're lazy at home. Save them for the end of the world. And then for snacks, these are dangerous. I ate like most of this bag earlier when I was prepping for this video. They got these little freeze-dried cookie bites. Careful with these ones. They are addictive. Another food thing, I just threw out the can for it and didn't feel like finding a new one. But freeze-dried, forget who makes this one, but I'll link it down below. You get them in the number 10 cans. My kid, if you have little kids, they sell these really expensive freeze-dried snacks in like the baby food or kid food section. And my wife would buy them, and the kids love them. And I was like, God, these things are so expensive. And I had some freeze-dried, and I was like, I'll pop them open. Is it basically the same thing? They like these ones even more. So cheaper, good for long-term storage as well. So scratches the prepper itch. Great for snacking. And I'll usually put some of them into a couple mason jars because if you expose them to air, it's pretty dry in Colorado, but they will kind of absorb moisture. So you kind of want to keep them sealed up. So I usually transfer them from the number 10 can to the little mason jars. Kids love them. I love them. There's a bunch of different ones to choose from. These are the strawberries, which seem to be my kids' favorite ones, but you get them in the number 10 cans. Good for prepping, good for snacks. I think they make a pretty good gift all around. We're getting into some random stuff. Yeah, this is just kind of random. We're nearing the end of the video. Did I talk about it earlier? Axes. There's some nice axes. I have some nice axes, some Gransfors and some hooks and some what are Holtzbrooks? I don't know all the names, but I have some nice axes as well. But I usually reach for the Fiskars. I have a Fiskars Maul. I have a Fiskars splitting axe. This is the one 28-inch chopping. That's kind of a good all-arounder. I have a bunch of these. These are usually my truck axes. Like if I'm actually splitting wood and I'm not using a log splitter, this is a little small for that. But this can handle chopping trees down. Again, I usually use chainsaws for that, but everyone needs an axe. Zombie apocalypse, splitting firewood at the campsite. If you need to chop down a tree, limb a tree, this is actually the axe I like for limbing. It's a good limbing axe size axe. So if I were to get one axe and I wasn't like, a woodsman and I didn't need the nicest thing, the nicer axes, yeah, you can rehandle them and do all kinds of, but these are basically indestructible. They're relatively cheap. They work really well. Fiskars axes. They're usually black. I spray painted this one orange. And then here's one. This is one I don't use every day. I've never used, but if you didn't know, you're good, upstanding citizens. Most heavy equipment uses the same key. Like if you see an excavator on the side of the road and say it's a cat, don't use this information nefariously or anything, but usually they'll all use the same key. Sometimes people rekey them. Maybe sometimes companies rekey them. A lot of times they'll rekey the door or something so you can't get in. But usually to operate a heavy piece of equipment, they'll use the same key. You can buy master keys for this equipment. This is a prepper thing for me, an emergency thing for me, but you can buy these things that have like 50, 100, they're different prices for what you're going to get, and they have the master keys for tons of heavy equipment brands. I bought one. I have some of my other prepper friends have them. In the end of the world, yeah, I'm going to be borrowing, keeping safe some heavy equipment if I can find some. Good to have. Kind of a cool gift for someone that has everything, maybe. Flushable wipes. Very good. These are the biodegradable go-on-the-goes. You can use these when you're camping. Bury them 6 to 12 inches underground, and they will biodegrade eventually, but best to pack it out. But wipes. Wipes are good. Talked about it earlier, I think. Grip trainer, good. Just, in the car, just keep it on the desk. Strengthen that grip up if you want. These are one I kind of got, ashamed to admit it, I kind of got like I think from doing too much social meds on the phone, too much scrolling maybe. It's embarrassing, but these are to strengthen finger extension guys. So I bought some of these because it's supposed to help re-strengthen. It's like, okay, spending too much time on my phone, I guess. Embarrassingly, even though my screen time's not really that high, or maybe I'm just getting old, I don't know. But good to, I work out regularly with, free weights and whatnot, but I've never focused too much on just raw grip strength. So I got some of these recently, and I'm like, I'm just gonna keep them, when I drop the kid off at school, just do some of these while I'm driving. Probably be good for me. Baofeng. Everyone needs 10 of these. Give them out to people. Learn how to program them. Learn how to operate them. Learn how to use them. The gateway drug to amateur radio, maybe. But even if you don't know, if you're not getting into amateur radio, these will be good to have. Real ham guys kind of hate them. There's a few different models. There's kind of cheap in China and whatever. They're not spying on you. That's not how radios work. But they're cheap. I have a bunch of them. The theory is grid down, you'll need to communicate with your guys, with your friends, maybe with your neighbors, maybe with your buddy down the street. So the more, the merrier you have of these. So you can always go for more. I have a bunch. I could still go for more. Good gift. I'll link a few options down below. Pepper spray and bear spray. So I won't get any affiliate kickback from this. I will put some links down below. But Costco, my Costco anyways, maybe it depends on where you live. Costco, 2-pack of bear spray. That's going to be the cheapest bet for like quality stuff. Good for bears, good for animals, good for wildlife, good for riots, good for people, good for crazies. I try to keep one of these. Well, I don't try to. I keep one of these in every vehicle. Some vehicles have a couple. My camping bin has one. Bear spray. Get some. I think that about wraps up this video. Again, LLOD.us/gifts. I'll put links to this stuff. Appreciate you using those links. I'll put some more stuff. Maybe I'll think of some stuff that I didn't put in the video that deserves to be added, and that'll make it in there. I appreciate you for joining me in another year of the LLOD gift guide. The gift guide for guys that like gear and guys that do stuff and yeah, all that stuff. Super late now, as you can imagine. So yeah, thank you. Appreciate everything. I hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Hope you have a fantastic Christmas. Enjoy shopping for yourself. All right. Until next year. Well, until next video anyway. All right. Take care.